Balance 519. It's your boy Big G. Not so big anymore that I'm turning 50. I used to be. I guess number 4. And this is a tough one because it easily could be the number 1, but there's definitely some other things that beat it, but it's a good one. It's the reign that Mike McCready and I had at Stay Fit and Elite Fighting Academy, aka Everything Fitness, but it was Stay Fit Health Center for, let me see, 18 years. And then now it's been since 2018. Everything Fitness still operates. So the limited company we sold was Stay Fit Health Center Limited, operating as Everything Fitness. So back in 2006, I started working at Good Life Kitchener as a salesperson. So, so I was doing really well, and I won second place in the district the first month I was doing sales there, but I've already been a manager at a club, so I knew how to sell gym memberships. So I got second the first month, and I got first the second month. So it kind of pissed off the guy that was the number 1 sales guy for a while in London, and London is where Good Life originated. So you have Patch and the number 1 people out there, so he didn't like that. And the funny part is, they're such a big organization. They have these events every month where they bring everyone in your district together to announce who won. So you get to look at these people from other gyms from afar in this big ballroom, and then, it's so odd. It's funny how they utilize that, right? They just poke to, hold on, I gotta close my window. I'm freezing. I think this is going to be too long. I might have to do it in 2 parts. So I'm working at Good Life, number 1 sales guy in the district. And prior to going to Good Life, I was doing supplements. I was doing supplement sales in a company that I owned with the late Stephen Baker. God rest his soul. I hope you are with God. I hope you found him. We had a supplement company together. And then because we used to work for Doug, we came back for Doug. I forget how it went. Oh yeah, no, Baker and I became, so we did, okay. Wow. It's just been a while, right? It's been 50 years plus a stroke, plus I smoke weed. Plus I take those bad dizzy meds, apparently. I'll find out because I see the doctor today. I hope to. There's a bad storm out. So, we'll see. Okay. Had a supplement, so we worked for a supplement company, Steve and I. Then we left the supplement company to open our own supplement company. That fell through because we got screwed by the guy. We were just about to get a GNC nationwide buy-in. So all their stores nationwide, because we were the first ones to develop protein that was sweetened by stevia. Yeah, we were the first in Canada, before even needing a CPN number. Is that what they're called? I forget all these things. This was, when was this? 2001, 2002. Yeah, 2001, 2002. So the first ones, and it tastes like shit. Like, it's so much better. Can you imagine? Wow, that was like over 22 years ago. um, so the company we left called GNC, and they had a lot of shelf space at the time. They actually had the number one anti-aging cream over the counter that you could buy called Strivectin. Look it up. Strivectin MD. Anyways, this owner was pissed that we left this company because we were the number one sales guys. And obviously the plan was to utilize our relationships with all these store owners and store managers to get our product in, and we make better margin because we were making really good money, to be honest. And we were only getting 7% of our sales. So we were like, fuck this guy. He's getting, 93%, not knowing anything about business like I know now about, expenses and, just all those things, those brown envelopes that come every 3 months. That's the biggest mafia we know, the government. Have to pay that HST. Anyways, I'm getting off. That's why it's going to be like a 3-part series. I'm not even included in the top 5 because it's just something that has existed with me. So it's just part of me. It's not even part of a list. It's just part of me. But fuck, where was I? Yeah. So he called this guy that owned the company. Even though I don't want to call out the company, I already said Strivectin. He threatened GNC and said he'll pull all his products if they did business with us. So he kind of screwed us. So imagine we created the protein, like went through all the taste testing, went through all the labeling. Like I remember the first time we did the label run, we spent all the money to label everything. And right when it was about to go down, somebody said, "Where's the French?" Because they weren't bilingual. Like it was dumb things like that. We were really young, right? It's over 22 years ago. Owning our own company, just, trying to figure it all out as we go. Yeah, it was me and Steve Baker. Yeah, crazy times. So anyways, imagine we got it all bottled. It was all sitting in a warehouse in Winnipeg. I think we still owe them money. I feel bad. No, the warehouse was in Guelph, but it's where we got it made was in Winnipeg. Anyways, so we had everything all set, and all the GNCs and everyone, and GNC themselves were ready to go. Like we had our meeting. Yeah. Oh my God. And everything was ready. And then all of a sudden we got the email that they won't be carrying our line. That was crushing. So there I was, jobless. I believe my wife and I had just recently separated too. So I was going through that. Lost in the bet to do my own supplement gig. And then got divorced or separated, whatever, right at the time. And Maxina was just born. So that was a thing. Wow, so much happening now that I look back. Oh, like so many things happened in order for me to own the gym now that I'm talking about how I got there. Because all of this is relevant to get to the story. Hope I'm not boring you. Whoever's listening, I swear it's a pretty good story. I think it's a really good story. Anyways, I was born. That all happened. That all fell. That all came crumbling down. I think that, to be honest, that was the first time I I was around the first. Yeah, I think around then I attempted to take my life, and God came in. It's crazy. I'm sorry, whoever's listening. That sucks, but that's just the reality of it. It was always my kid though that kept me alive when it got like it would get like all the times, like all the 50 levels before that last level. It would always be thinking of my daughter that kept me here. Yeah, just realizing all that came crumbling down. It's and that's how you know God exists. I'm sorry, man, because like every time, you can't tell me that every time you went when you thought it was over, right? Think about it. Every time you thought your life was meaningless and over and done, didn't he always pull you out every time? Every time. If you're listening to this, there is a time where you hit your lowest low, thought you won't live through it. It was the end of everything, and now you're listening to this. Just saying. But yeah, it was bad. I was in a bad spot. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty tough. In having enough drive to finish something that I want to do. You know, like when I'm dieting for a competition, like I don't break. I'm actually so bad that sometimes I'll undereat or overdo cardio, thinking that if I increase the process will get better when it's not that at all. It's just that easy consistency. That's why I would never get super, super big and never get super, super shredded, because I would just keep, falling. Anyways, that's a different thing. That's different. That's not what we're talking about. Shit. Oh my gosh. How do I get there? Where am I? I'm with... No, that all... Oh, yeah, the bad one. Oh, shit. So... now I'm even thinking, because my dog... I lost my dog then, too. I lost Bishop. Oh, my God. Wow. I have to start this story at a different spot. Wow. Shit. I've been through so much. Turning 50. And that's not even... I can think back at the crazier shit that I've done before being in Guelph. And just... Man, I've crazy stories in the Philippines. Like when I went by myself. 2004, 11 years ago. Like it was fucked up. Like guns drawn in the side of a car and everything. Oh, man. Wow. And I'm still here. And if you heard the one before, it was about the stroke. Like, fuck. I was literally left for dead. I couldn't walk. And I'm here. That's how you know God exists. I'm telling you. There's no way. There's no way. Stay fit. I'm sorry. Okay. So I just don't want... I don't want to fast forward too much. So I'm not living with my wife. I'm living with a friend. My dog passed away. I lost my supplement job to open a supplement company. And then right before it was successful, the supplement company I work for told GNC not to do business with us. So that killed everything, and we just lost so much money because we had everything ready to go in a warehouse on skids. I mean, I had some people, like, respect to Adam Collette, I think that's his name, the owner of Blue Star. He owned a location of Herc's back in the day, and he supported me. He bought a skid of 96 units all the time, trying to help me get rid of all that protein, even though it tasted like shit. But the only selling feature was the only one. Oh, you want a stevia-based protein? You want a naturally sweetened protein? Because that started to become a thing 22 years ago. So we jumped on it, but man, because the longer you spend on the formula for the flavor, the less protein it has. Because when it started to taste okay, it was only 69% protein per scoop. Like, that's shit. Okay, fuck, I'm getting into the wrong shit. So anyways, I get a job. I see that Good Life is... Oh, I wanted to buy the club from Doug. And Doug said no, he needed a manager. And I'm like, there's no way I'm not working for you again. I told him, no way. So I went. And I didn't want to work against him in the city, because he was like a second father, to me. And even though business is business, out of respect, I wasn't going to do it in the same city. So I went to Kitchener and I started working at Good Life there. And at the beginning, I told you about all the other stuff that happened at Good Life. So now, fast forward, we're here. I do one of those meetings, and they actually offer me to relocate. They're opening a new Good Life in Niagara Falls, and I like the falls because I like the casino. That's good that I didn't end up there. Anyways, but they offered me to be the manager there in Niagara Falls at a new build, and what they say, and they were gonna pay to relocate me. So I thought about it, and it was, I talked to Maxina's mom, who I still was. It was the split was fresh, so we hated each other. So we agreed that it wasn't so bad because I was only seeing Maxina every other weekend at the time. So I could always drive down and be with Maxina at my parents' place. Anyways, I don't know why I'm going into that. So we started working that out, and I see a message in my pigeonhole, and it just says Doug and a number. No, it just says Doug. And then I said, who took this message? Didn't we just have a meeting about making sure you have the date, time, phone number, and what's it regarding? And, sorry. And what's it regarding? He goes, no, he just said, tell him it's Doug. He'll know that he knows the number. So I was like, it's Doug. So I called Doug, already being offered this new management position for Good Life Niagara. And he says, I want to have lunch and talk about Stay Fit. And I said, Doug, I told you I'm not managing your club. If I'm ever going back there, it's to own it. And then he says, like I said, I want you to come by for lunch. And I was like, oh, shit. So the next day we had lunch. The next day we had lunch. He made me an offer. I had a little bit of money left from the pulling it from whatever was left from Elite Distributions Inc., which was our supplement company that did the stevia protein. I took what was left and gave it to Doug as a down payment, and he said in 36 months, you can. So he said, instead of paying you your club quota, so let's say the club quota for a certain month is 30,000. Then anything over that mark, I get 10 or 15% of it. So if the club quota was 30 and we hit 50, then I get, whatever that percentage is as a bonus. But instead of a bonus, it's paid towards, either something like 15% I could take as a cash bonus, like commission on top of my salary, or he'll give it to me in a higher percent. I think it was 20 or 25. It always depended on the month, because January, you just can't, it's lower because it's too easy to make money in January than it would be in the summer. So he'll give you a bigger cut if you hustle. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then, or if you put it towards the payment of the gym, then he'll do it that way. So anyways, that's what I did. And he said in 36 months, we can see how much you've paid the ownership of the gym down, and then I'll make you a deal to buy the rest. So that's the type of thing we had. So I think I kept that too. It's somewhere. Oh my God, Doug on a computer. I hope you're listening to this too, Doug. This is funny. I gotta talk to you about Doug's meditation. I'll put that at the end. You can fast forward to the end if you want to see or hear the story of Doug and meditation. Oh, Doug. So that was the deal. And working as the manager there during these 36 months, I met Mike. And I met Mike through a common friend at the time, Daryl Brown, a.k.a. Daryl Fancy. Bodybuilder too, fuck. Huge, he looked really good. He had everything. He could have went pro. But we met at 2005 Westerns. This is when bodybuilding was level 1, level 2, level 3 provincials, level 4 nationals. And you had to place top 3 in order to move levels. There was no top 5, go straight to Ontario. No, you had to be top 3. Level 1, top 3, level 2, then top 3 in the Ontarios just to go to nationals. So it was so hard to place at the Ontarios. Like doing the Ontarios, like placing at the South Centrals, which I remember Fuad winning. Like all these guys, like before they were pro, I did shows with them. I did the Ontario. This is how old I am. I did Ontario's with Fuad before he was a pro, and I did the nationals with Aaron Gully before he was a pro, and Emily. We were at the same show. Whew. Anyways, fuck. See, I do that, and then I don't know where I am. Oh, yes. We met at the 2005. Wow, that was 20 years ago, bro. Damn, I'm old. Fuck. I looked pretty good that day, too. And I placed third, which was bullshit. I thought I placed second. I was against Paul Lozon. Dude, he won. Actually, so we competed together at that show, 2005. He won that show overall. But yeah, he won first. I thought I got second. and this other guy who's a judge as well. Black guy, forget his name. He beat me. Whatever. I had better legs. Off topic. Mike, yes. So I met him there. And then I was training at Stay Fit. And I see a guy giving me a look because, it's being a 2 weeks out bodybuilder, underneath the thing and whatever. Like, when you stay covered and then once you have your pump, you guys who compete, you do this fucking shit when you're in shape. You stay covered, and once your pump is where it needs to be, you unveil. And you're like a tank top that, yeah, could hardly cover. Anyways, veins everywhere. Just, yeah. Anyways, so funny. So that was me. And then before that, Mike was like, who's this fucking guy doing like, because you look small when you're in shape wearing a hoodie or like a jacket, right? Unless you're like Aaron Gully. Once you're a pro, it doesn't matter. You can't hide from anybody. But when you're like at the Ontario level, you look good, but nobody can tell if you're covered. It's just a thing. You're small, but in shape. So because I was like posing, like doing side chest or whatever in between sets while I was covered, he thought I was a weirdo. And then I unveiled and I started doing triceps. And then he was like, oh, that's the guy I met at the show. Because I had that, you can eat pizza and cheesecake. And for 2 weeks after the show, you still look amazing, but not to be on stage, but you're a gym hero, as I call it. So he came up to me and I was like, oh yeah, I met you at the show. So anyways, so we started talking and yeah, and then we got pretty close just by him stopping in and chatting to me at the front desk and whatever. So actually I'm going to leave it there. That's, I'm going to do the part 1 of this, top 50 moments in my life. And I'll just start when Mike and I started getting close at Stay Fit and how that all went down. All right. This is Bounce 519. It's Big G, top 50. This is number 4. I might strip it from number 4 and just let it be a honorable mention because it just should just exist without a list. But right now, it's 4 of the top 50. All right.